In the previous part, Seiya witnessed the legendary armor getting destroyed by another world demon summoned by Kiklapul. Kiklapul knows that he cannot defeat the hero, so he sacrifices himself to summon a hyper-conceptual reaper, Krost Thanatos. Seiya is not prepared for what is about to come, so he tells Rista to open the portal. Soon the summoning is completed and Krost Thanatos is summoned. Rista is shocked to see the stats are glitching, which means Thanatos' stats are actually over the edge. Seiya uses double wind blade to attack the Reaper. However, the Reaper converts into two. Seiya is in panic, he uses Maximum Inferno and asks Rista to quickly open the portal. Rista opens the portal and they went to the Divine Realm. However, the Reaper starts to break through the dimensions and enter the Divine Realm. Rista is shocked and couldn't believe it is even possible. Seiya is completely out of options and doesn't know how to counter it. Soon, three gods came to the rescue. However, the Reaper easily defeats them. Seeing Seiya is already running, Rista and the others start running too. More gods came to help but they are also defeated. Adanella is in front, so Seiya asks her for help. Since she is a goddess of war, Rista believes Adanella can defeat the Reaper. She uses Ultimate Eternal Sword, but the Reaper clones into its multiple. Adanella is also defeated. Since almost every god has been defeated, Seiya's last option is Valkyrie. He lures the Reaper to her and made him attack Valkyrie's painting. Valkyrie is pissed and attacks the Reaper. However, Krost Thanatos is easily able to regenerate. Valkyrie started laughing and asks Ishtar to release her limit. Her stats are out of this world. Valkyrie uses her ultimate skill, Valhalla Gate. With this, the Reaper is caught inside the gate and is swallowed. As a side effect, Valkyrie started to lose a lot of blood. Because in exchange for using it, the Valhalla Gate demands the user's life force. But since she is immortal, this side effect doesn't affect her. Seiya requests Valkyrie to teach him this skill. But due to its side effect, Valkyrie warns Seiya that a human couldn't possibly learn it. He still insists on her. Valkyrie agrees and tells him to come to his room after 10 minutes. Mash and Alulu went to Arya to improve their stats. Rista is called up by Ishtar. She tells Rista about the last heavenly king preparing to attack Gaybranda. So she and the hero needs to hurry. First, Rista brings Mash and Alulu who have improved significantly. And then she goes to Valkyrie's place to bring Seiya. However, she is stunned to witness Valkyrie on top of Seiya. Rista starts crying. Seiya assures her that it is not what she is thinking. This is a part of the final training. Rista shows Seiya a doll she has made out of her hair. Because Seiya needs a lot of her hair for synthesis, this would help him. Everyone is disgusted to see it. Without any more delay, they go to Gaybranda. A huge horde of demons is in front of the castle. The last heavenly king demands the mightiest warrior to come ahead. So, the Warmaster comes in front. Thinking he is just a weak old man, the demon starts laughing at the Warmaster. However, the Warmaster slashes down him into pieces. And using massive Saint's Light, the Warmaster vaporizes every demon. Seeing how powerful he is, Rista asks, "Why don't you defeat the demon lord by yourself?" Before the Warmaster says anything, he is turned into an infant. Soon, Rosalie arrives and explains that her father is being cursed by the demon lord. She takes her father to the kingdom, while Seiya and others go to the town to shop for some gear and weapons. In the evening, Seiya is called up by the king. But before he met him, Rosalie requests Seiya to not accept her father's request in joining him in fighting the demon lord. Because he has very less time to live and wants his last few days to be peaceful. Seiya agrees. Because even though the king is strong, he doesn't want someone in his team who could die any minute. A guard notifies the king that survivors from the demon lord's army are attacking the capital. The king tries to go, but Seiya insists that he will go and wipe them out as quickly as possible. Seiya takes Mash and Alulu with him and tells Rista to stay here. The king and Rista have some private talk. He asks Rista whether she knows why gods and humans will not die in this world. Rista, unknown of the fact, asks him the reason. The king explains that a god has two souls. One is called the virtual soul which he or she carries. And the other one is the real soul which is kept safe in the divine realm. And same is with the hero. Because his real soul lives in his world, even if he dies he will go back to his world. The king tells about a magical item called Chain Destruction. If used, both the hero's and the goddess's virtual and real souls will be destroyed forever. Rista is shocked to know that a magical item like this even exists. The king tells that the demon lord already possesses it and has produced a weapon out of it. He shows the weapon, God Eater, which is a god-slaying sword. Rista is shocked and wonders why he possesses such a thing. Suddenly, the king attacks Rista. By eliminating her, there would be no other way for the hero to go back to the divine realm. Surprised, Rista asks the reason he is trying to kill them. The king explains, after standing in front of the demon lord, he was stunned to see the difference in their power levels. And since then decided to worship the demon lord. Before he can kill Rista, in a nick of time Seiya comes and saves her. He was cautious enough and know this could be a possibility. Rosalie witnesses her father trying to kill a goddess. She was in shock. The king uses demon spirit orb, and by using it he attained the power he had when he was in his prime. As they start to fight, Seiya uses the ultimate eternal sword attack. However, the king uses a custom to get adapt to the attack and easily throws away one of Seiya's swords. With no other options left, Seiya starts to remove all the heavy accessories he was saving up to fight against the demon lord. To see how heavy they are, Rista and everyone are shocked. But even with his speed doubled, Seiya is not able to defeat him. So, Rista asks Alulu to use haste on Seiya. Alulu tells that she is already using it on him from the start. It was then, Rista realizes that Seiya didn't say his catchphrase before coming here. The king cuts Seiya's right arm. Thinking he would win, he loses his arm too. Asking how is this even possible? Seiya explains, by using counter break which he learned from Valkyrie, he can return the exact damage he has received. Using Phoenix Thrust he finishes off the king. Rista heals Seiya's arm. The king turns back to his older version and starts crying. Seiya tells Rista to heal his wound too. Before the king dies, Seiya tells Rosalie to talk to him for the last time. But after what he has done, Rosalie is angry with him. Seiya slaps her and tells her, "This is your last chance. No matter how evil he is, he still loves you." Rosalie starts crying and hugs him. After 3 days, his demise is announced to the public and Rosalie is throned as the new ruler. Back in town, Seiya wakes up after a long sleep. Because this time the fight was so close and intense. He wants to train more. But before he does, Seiya tells everyone to shop, while he looks for some herbs and later at night they can have some fun. Everyone is happy because they didn't expect a training freak to allow them to enjoy themselves. After shopping for tonight, Rista, Alulu, and Mash went back to their inn. They are surprised to see that Seiya still hasn't come back. So they went to herb, armor, and weapons shops to ask about Seiya. But they haven't seen anyone like him. So, as the last option, Rista went to the divine realm to ask Ishtar about Seiya. When she went inside her room, he sees Arya crying by the window. Arya guides them to a secret place where all of the gods' souls are being kept. There Ishtar tells them about Seiya going alone to fight the demon lord. Rista couldn't believe a cautious personality like him can do this. Ishtar explains further that since the beginning, Seiya has always tried to protect his teammates. And even when he could have died for real against the War Master, he fought him to protect Rista. Ishtar shows that since they went to the Dragon Village, Seiya has achieved the maximum level. But due to his ultimate fake-out still, Rista wasn't able to see through it. And with no other way to increase his stats, he decided to learn Valhalla Gate so he can fight the Demon Lord by himself. Rista is in shock. Because if a human uses it in the presence of chain destruction, he is bound to die. Ishtar shows them a different world, Ninephoria, a level B world, which has been destroyed 100 years ago. It was the world that was given to Arya. There, Arya with Colt, Tiana, and Seiya tries to save the world. However, Seiya was so impatient that he didn't even come up with a plan and just attacks them, even if the enemy is way stronger than him. But even after just barely managing to defeat their enemies, they were able to reach the Demon Lord. At night, the day before they were planning to attack, Tiana requests Seiya to first gather information about the Demon Lord. But Seiya, being an impatient hero, tells her that it would be fine. At the time of the fight, Seiya is barely able to kill the Demon Lord. Thinking they have saved the world, they started to celebrate. However, the Demon Lord is reborn and first eats Colt. Then Arya. The Demon Lord explains that because he had 2 lives he was able to be reborn again. As the Demon Lord caught Tiana, he notices that she is pregnant. He understands that the baby is Seiya's. Seiya cries and begs the Demon Lord to spare them. But he killed them all. Back to the present, after seeing the truth, Rista is emotional. Ishtar explains that after Tiana died, she was reincarnated as Rista. And even though Seiya has no memories of them being together, His regrets are deeply embedded in his soul, and that is why he tries to be as cautious as possible. Without wasting any time, Rista, Alulu, and Mash prepare to go and help Seiya in fighting the Demon Lord. By the time they reach the castle, Seiya and the Demon Lord are already fighting. Rista can feel the presence of chain destruction. Seiya calls Valhalla Gate and swallows up the Demon Lord. However, the Demon Lord transforms and tries to escape through the gate. Seiya synthesizes a sword made from the gate's spike and attacks the Demon Lord with it. Now, as compensation, Seiya's body starts to lose a lot of blood. Rista asks Ishtar to release all her divine powers. Ishtar warns Rista that she has already broken too many rules by directly teleporting to the Demon Lord's castle. And by asking to release her limit again, her status as a goddess will be taken. Rista agrees to receive any punishment and receives all her divine powers back. With the help of it, she is able to heal Seiya's wounds. However, the Valhalla Gate hasn't vanished yet. The Demon Lord breaks it and uses Judgment Zero. Rista is shocked because the power is so immense that it can destroy this world 2 times in a single strike. But before he releases his attack, Seiya uses another Valhalla Gate. This time, the gate is bigger. It swallows the Demon Lord along with the first gate. However, this time Seiya's body starts to break. And Rista is unable to heal him because his body is breaking faster than she can heal him. Seiya, just before he dies, shows his gratitude towards Mash and Alulu. And at last, just before he vanishes, he hugs Rista and thanks her for helping him. As the world is at peace, Mash and Alulu are working for Rosalie. And after bidding them farewell, Rista goes back to the Divine Realm. Rista starts to hallucinate. She checks the room where Seiya used to train, but he is not there. Arya comes in and tells Rista about her being called up by Ishtar. But before they went, Arya combs Rista's hair. On the way, Adanella and Circeus cheers Rista. When she meets Ishtar for breaking many rules, Rista is given a punishment. And now she has to save an SS-class world, Ninephoria, which is already under the control of the Demon Lord. And if she is not able to save it, she will be removed from her goddess status. Arya is emotional and begs Ishtar to not give such a cruel punishment to Rista. For a beginner goddess, an S-class was already too much, and now an SS class is impossible to save with a normal hero. Ishtar tells Rista that after the second gate was summoned, the chain of destruction was also eaten alongside the Demon Lord and the first gate. Ishtar hands a paper containing a potential hero. Rista is stunned to see Seiya's name on it. With his stats reset, Ishtar allows Rista to summon him. However, this time the personality of Seiya is impossibly cautious. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the recap. Have a wonderful day ahead.